Welcome back to the lab. I'm Daddy Brad.
And I'm Daddy Clay. This week, the lab is brought to you by Baby Bjorn, European design and dad-friendly Baby Bjorn.
Unless you've been living under a rock for the past 10 years, you know it's really important to read to your kids. So we polled the dads here at the Dad Lab to find out what they're reading to their kids.
Here's what they had to say.
Kit Allen Slide Already, and it's all about a kid's first trip down a slide, and he's all freaked out, and the kid gets really scared. There's a lot of pictures. He screams, "Ah!" Woo! It turns out to have a happy ending.
Well, with my oldest son, right now I'm reading The Looming Tower, Al-Qaeda and the Road to 9/11 by Lawrence Wright.
Meet Wild Boars by Meg Rosoff and Sophie Blackhawk. It's a pig in the toilet. That's funny. It's a pig, and look what he's doing. He's passing gas. Pigs passing gas. Funny.
It's a great book, light, you know, just something to relax with.
How Do Dinosaurs Say Goodnight, Jane Yolen and Mark Teague. Educational for the parents because it actually says the name of the different dinosaurs. It's fun, it's fast, it's rhythmic. It kind of leads to a sleepiness. Good night, little dinosaur. It makes sleep come faster.
But seriously, that's actually what I'm doing. I'm reading that book with my oldest son. Now we're doing sort of parallel reading, right? He reads his little book, and sometimes it's a novel, sometimes it's, you know, he's reading Calvin and Hobbes, and I'm reading my Al-Qaeda book. It dawned on me that he'd never seen me actually reading a book. I'd read to the kids, but usually I do my reading late at night after all the kids had gone to bed, so I thought it'd be good for me to model that.
I grew up a Southern Baptist. I went to church and I heard the preachers preach. And preachers used alliteration and rhyming and consonants and assonance and all these things. My name is Sylvester McMonkey McBean, and I've heard of your troubles, and I've heard you're unhappy, but I can fix that. I am the fix-it-up chappy. There's none better than Dr. Seuss.
Charlie Parker played bebop. A lot of the just sort of almost scatting, like a lot of words chosen just for rhythm and sound and music. Afterwards, we can listen to some Charlie Parker and talk about the dangers of heroin.
Now, when I do read to the little kids, I have one book that I really love. It's called Baloney, Henry P. And it's by John Zika and Lane Smith. It's funny because you get this little Martian guy, and he's like in trouble because he's always late to school, and this is Miss Bugscuffle. She says, that's it, said Miss Bugscuffle. Permanent lifelong detention, unless you have one good and very believable excuse. Well, I would have been exactly on time. That's my Henry voice. Well, I would have been exactly on time, said Henry, but I misplaced my Zimulus. Then I found it on my deskie. I grabbed my Zimulus and jumped out, but I jumped smack into the middle of a Ratso launch pad.
This book, The Night I Followed the Dog by Nina Loden, is cool. This dude's dog owns a bar. Yeah, is that cool or what? This dude owns a bar. He's a cat daddy. Look at some of the hotties that this dude's dog is hanging out with. Whoa, smoking cocktail waitress, bring you a bone. This
is called Frida. Jonah Winter and Anna Juan did the illustrations, and illustrations are just beautiful. They're based on Frida Kahlo, and it sort of explains her world and how she got into art a little bit. And it talks about like Frida's, you know, pretend friend. It doesn't talk about Frida's hot lesbian affairs or her relationship with Russian revolutionaries.
Well, that's all for us here at the lab.
If you've got a particular reading ritual or habit that works great for you and your family, and particularly if you've got kids' books titles that you love, please drop us a comment, and in addition to sharing your wisdom, you'll automatically be registered for our weekly giveaway.
Daddy Clay, we got two cool products from Baby Bjorn, the Baby Carrier Active and the Diaper Backpack.
All you have to do is leave us a comment, and you'll be automatically registered to win some of this cool swag. See you next week in the lab.